Welcome to a sparkling summery episode of Art and Soul. I love the summertime. It's a perfect season for capturing lots of family memories, vacations, holidays, or other events. In this episode, we're going to teach you some fabulous techniques to help you think ink and how to go glamorous with glitter and other great ways to make your summer memories shine. Stay tuned for a summer special you won't want to miss.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm going to teach you a fabulous ink technique called faux tearing today. Using this great technique, you're going to be able to create this great card and a lot of other projects. It looks like I've used cardstock here, when really I've only used my Dutch Blue ink and a favorite stamp set. The stamp set that I'll be working with today is called the Sweet Baby Set, and it's actually perfect whether you've got a little one at home or not. Now set your stamp set aside, and we'll work on creating our faux tear. First, you can just start with some scraps of paper that you have around. You're going to want to just tear. You can do it just really organically, get it going up and down so that you get a nice uneven looking tear. That's going to form the base of this great looking card. Next, using just a little bit, it's getting away from me there. Using just a little bit of our repositionable adhesive, I'm going to put this as a mask onto the bottom of my card base. So I've just adhered that right down there at the bottom. Next, you're going to want your fabulous rubber brayer. Every single stamper should have this. Ink it up nicely and evenly, rolling the ball in one direction so that it's got a good thick coat of ink on it. Now roll again in one direction over the entire surface of the card and simply repeat until you've got that nice rich color that you're looking for. In the interest of time, I'm not going to keep doing it, but you can see what I'm kind of going for here. Now right now, the color looks rather mottled and uneven, and even a little bit darker than my Dutch Blue. That's totally fine, it just takes a minute for the ink to cure. This will give it a nice smooth look and it'll even out the color beautifully so that my tear looks very much like the one on the sample. Next, all I'm going to do is stamp some of those great flowers from the Sweet Baby kit in a variety of different colors that I like and embellish it, and my card is done. Isn't that easy? So if you don't have the perfect color of paper that you'd like to work with, but you do have the ink and you've got your rubber brayer, you're always able to whip out that great faux tearing technique and apply it to a card or layout. Speaking of other cards and layouts, let's look at some of the other projects that we've created using similar masks. Let me grab some of these masks so you can see them. This card uses a scallop mask, creating the corner rounder right here with the brown on the bottom. This is not cardstock, that's all done with ink. This is perhaps one of my favorite cards. Look at these beautiful clouds, all created by using a cloud mask. Very, very simple. Used creating a stamp set. So stamp set trimmed out with the clouds placed alternately all throughout the card, using that great rubber brayer again to give me different colors of blue. Lastly, I want to show you this adorable layout. Once again, I've used the elements from the Sweet Baby kit, this time transforming the florals into some great sand dollars and seashells. The faux tear goes completely across the bottom of the layout, makes a wonderful, dramatic, easy look that looks like paper, but it's not. This is just one of the fun things you can do with a little imagine, a little inspiration, and a willingness to get your fingers inky.
When it comes to stamping, white is wonderful. There's 2 different ways you can stamp in white, and I'm going to show you both techniques today. On this sample card here, I've used pigment ink. And with pigment ink, you're going to get a softer look. When you stamp with pigment-based ink, you always want to heat set that to help it dry. On this sample here, I've used embossing powder. So with a clear embossing pad and white embossed powder, then you'll get the vibrant pop, that shine and dimension on your projects. And with this, I want to show you how you can emboss. I've got a little piece of cardstock here, and I'm also using a little stamp image from the Sweet Baby stamp set. With a Versamark ink pad or a clear embossing pad, either one will work great. I'm just going to stamp in the clear ink and write onto the project. So you'll see you just kind of have a little bit of shine on your paper. You'll just pour the powder on, shake off any excess. Then you'll see you just have the white powder on the stamped image. So then you'll take your heat gun, and I'm actually going to use my piercing tool as well so that I don't burn my finger. We're working with a small piece of paper to hold that in place while I heat. And you'll see as you watch this that the heat will turn the powder to a solid image. So you can see here on my finished piece that the white has turned to a shiny, solid image. And when you rub that, it doesn't come off anymore. It's been heat set and it's solid and will always give you that shine, pop, and dimension that you're looking for on your project. Whether you want a soft look or a bold pop, either way, white is wonderful. And now Monica's going to show us how to use some of these same techniques applied with glitter.
Thanks, Jill, for teaching us how to work with embossing powder. Well, I'm going to talk about working with glitter. You want to make sure that you have your craft tray with glitter as well, because the glitter will get everywhere, but that's okay. Just makes you sparkle just a little bit more. Okay, so let me show you some ideas on how to adhere the glitter. On this card, to get all the odd sizes blinged out, I use the Bonding Memory pin. And it's just very easy to maneuver the pen through those small little edges inside of there. Now let's look at this box. Bling Things is all been blinged out with glitter. Again, I've used Bonding Memories glue, the wide stick, to get an even coverage, and it really does a great job. On this fine detailed work, I've used the tip of the liquid glass to trace out through this design. And then you just sprinkle the glitter on that as well. Just a beautiful little box. And over here on this layout, there's several different things that have glitter on them. The first one here, I use the Tombow adhesive. If you just want to do a straight strip across, and it's nice and even. And you can see here, glue dots are perfect round circles. And so just glue dot that down and then put the glitter on top of that. This is a really fun technique if you can see around the edges. I made my own glitter paint with Close to My Heart product. Use 1 part water, 1 part glitter, 1 part liquid glass. You mix that all together and you just brush it onto the base of your page. It just adds that sparkle and shine. So don't be afraid to use glitter and get a little sparkly too.
Well, a few months ago, I was itching to create a new scrapbook layout, and I had the photo of David and me on my mind. Guess what? I scrapped it all over again. And why not? All too often, we try to catch up on scrapbooking to finish and to move to the next event. I decided to revisit the entire purpose of scrapbooking, and that meant giving myself permission to scrapbook those already scrapbooked magic moments again and again. It makes perfect sense, and my Magic Moments album is one of the most fun projects I've ever worked on. Every layout is a joyous walk down memory lane. Today, I have all kinds of fresh new papers I want to experiment with, new stamps that complement my photos perfectly, and updated styles and techniques that I want to give a whole new look to my favorite photos. Here is my favorite photo of all time. It's a hot summer day. I took Rachel and Aubrey for a photo shoot at an old school. They quickly tossed their hot sweaters and their cheeks were flushed from the heat. And Aubrey's socks, well, they were just drooping. But the photo perfectly captures their innocence and sweetness. Here is the layout that I created back then to preserve the memory of that summer day. And here is the layout created just recently. Now that the girls are teenagers, it was wonderful to revisit that summer day again. Again, here is another layout of my youngest daughters for this particular layout. I had a lot of photos taken on the same day, and I wanted to use as many as possible. You can tell the theme of my original layout was sunflowers. I just love their bright energy. In my updated layout, I mellowed the color scheme a little bit and altered the focus of my images. I had a blast creating the sunflower layout and just as much fun inventing the different direction for the same photos. Here are a few I created for my Magic Moments album. First, a layout of my family activity, Let's Go Jeepin'. We've always loved getting a little dirt in our shoes and bouncing around in the back of David's old 1947 Willys Jeep. Back then, I relied heavily on monochromatic paper and white cardstock bases. In today's layout, I used a trendier color palette to make my photos pop, and my stamping is incorporated much more consistently too. The truth is, I love both layouts. They simply reflect an evolution of my creative style. Last, here's the day at the zoo. When my book Reflections came out, I created a number of personal scrapbook pages to use throughout. I wanted a page featuring David, and this day at the zoo came to mind immediately. I needed new artwork, and again, I gave myself permission to recreate this memory in all new artwork. It's on page 39 of Reflections if you want to take another look. Scrapbooks are all about preserving your memories, and through my Magic Moments album, I have found that a great way to relive favorite memories is to scrapbook favorite photos again. As Yogi Berra would say, it's like deja vu all over again. Give yourself permission to re-scrapbook and you'll find your memories are closer than ever. And remember, whatever you create, make it from your heart.
Get a great price on the stamp set featured in today's show. The Sweet Baby set is perfect for dressing up layouts for your little one, summary cards, and so much more. Buy it today for just $16 US or $20 Canadian through July 31st, 2009. To receive the special price, you must place your order on your consultant's MyCTMH site and use item number AS1014. Thanks for watching Art and Soul.